Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett Studios in Atlanta, it's time for Silver Lining in the Cloud, brought to you by Computer Design and Integration.
Welcome to Silver Lining in the Cloud, brought to you by Computer Design and Integration. I'm your host, Nicole Toptosh. We have a really great show lined up today. In the studio, joining us for Technology Innovation Month is Findley, CEO at Quest Renewables. Welcome to the show, Finn.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the show. And again, congratulations to you guys for being recognized as one of the top innovative companies in Atlanta. So, Finn, get us started and tell us about what you do.
Sure. Our company, Quest Renewables, manufactures a racking system that basically it's a device that holds the solar panels up in the air. Mm-hmm. And at the moment, we're specialized in solar carports. We went into solar carports because it is a really good market. It's good for the environment in that it's producing power where the power is needed. Mm-hmm. And it's technically difficult. And we have a lot of Georgia Tech people, and they don't like to answer simple questions. So that was a really big driver in terms of how we went and looked at what we would go do. Mm-hmm. So really, we just provide the racking. We can use anybody's panels and electronics to build the system, and actually work with general contractors who then build the systems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Georgia Tech. What is the relationship between Quest Renewables and Georgia Tech?
Sure. Our technology was originally developed with the Department of Energy and Georgia Tech through a multi-year research project. And then we licensed the technology from Georgia Tech to start the company. Mm-hmm. And we prosecuted 3 patents under that technology and have since received 5 more additional patents.
Mm-hmm. So what makes Quest unique or kind of sets you apart in that space, in the commercial solar landscape space?
Sure. What we do actually is we have entirely changed the way the construction process works. And the reason we did that was really because the market is evolving. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that didn't. Anyway, so basically what's been happening in the market is the cost of solar panels has been dropping dramatically. So 7 or 8 years ago, you might have paid $4 or $5 per watt of power in a solar panel. Now you pay about 35 cents for the larger projects, 35 cents a watt. The electronics maybe used to cost $1. Now they cost 10 cents. And 5 or 6 years ago, installation cost about $1. And today, it still costs about $1.
Okay.
So installation has become the most expensive, really, part of putting up a solar array is the labor to put it together because all the components have become less expensive.
Right.
So our technology is really designed around reducing the labor cost and component. So it's not so much about being the most efficient rack, but enabling the most efficient installation. So our systems install in about a third as much time as a typical system, and that savings manifests itself in the cost of labor.
Right. Definitely a win-win for the consumer.
Sure.
Now, when you talk about the growth, how big is the solar industry in Georgia?
Sure.
And what is the growth potential? Because everybody's kind of thinking solar.
Yeah, it's interesting. There actually some new data came out today, which I have not had a chance to look at on the 2018 solar industry overall. Georgia typically ranks as one of the top 10 states in terms of producing solar. And I mean, there's a pretty big drop off from 1 to 3, and then the states get fairly small fairly quickly. And it has a lot to do with the way electricity is generated in each state or under each utility. As a consumer in Georgia, the cost of power is pretty inexpensive. And that's actually what the Public Service Commission is challenged to do, is to drive the cost of power down, to keep it inexpensive and to keep it really reliable. So as a ratepayer, I love it. It's really good. But I think there are opportunities to go kind of look a little further forward at greener power in Georgia in general. And the utilities are generally getting on board with that. They're seeing the longer term picture, which is really good. And I think Georgia's been pretty savvy about balancing the need for inexpensive power now and green energy and gradually kind of building their portfolio.
And that's good that other companies are seeing the value in it as well to, again, broaden the growth potential there.
Yep.
If you're just tuning into the show, we're speaking with Findley, CEO at Quest Renewables on Silver Lining in the Cloud, brought to you by Computer Design and Integration. So, Finn, you talked about award-winning technology.
Sure.
Can you talk about some more awards and accolades that Quest has been recognized for?
Sure. Right now we have 2 products in the market, and one was rated, I think, one of the top 5 solar technology advancements in 2017. And then the product we launched in 2018 was also a top 5. And we've got a good one in mind for 2019.
Okay, you got to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, I think it'll do really well. It's going to be a very innovative product. We're going to be out tackling the utility scale market, and that's another market where the cost of power has gotten very, very efficient. But we actually think we can get it down to where the cost of installing a solar utility scale solar plant will produce power less expensively than the marginal cost of running any type of power plant out there. So it becomes, bar none, the least expensive way to produce electricity.
Wow, you guys are really staying ahead of the game. So what is Quest's niche in the solar market, and also where are your products deployed?
Sure. So typically we are doing really well in the mid-Atlantic states. We have a few in Atlanta and then up in the Northeast, and then some projects out on the West Coast that we've completed. And so what we're seeing is really where we play well is in situations where you have a parking lot or a parking deck and you need a lot of power in a fairly small amount of space. Our systems actually manage to pack more solar panels per acre than most systems. And so if you've got a given size spot, you can generally get more power with our systems. So that's been a good approach for us.
Definitely.
Markets where the power is more expensive, the labor is more expensive, or it's more difficult from a wind and snow perspective, our products tend to perform better, have a bigger differentiation between other things that are out there in the market.
Okay. Now, when you think about technology and how advanced it is, especially in this industry and how it's rapidly changing, what does the future look like for Quest?
So for us, we just recently aligned with some new producers of our products, which make everything a little more cost-effective and efficient. And so we're basically taking all of that savings and passing it on to customers because we really think that the market just grows so fast as it becomes the least expensive source of power. So that's worth it to us. And I think as we're looking at it, we really started trying to solve this problem in carports. Because the solution in carports, which we're going to bring to the utility scale, is harder to solve in carports. So if we could solve it in carports, then we can take that and apply it into the larger utility scale market.
Finn, you sound very passionate about what you do. What do you love most about what you do?
There's a lot to love about what we do at Quest. One thing that's been really kind of on my mind lately is we've had a lot of different stakeholders from outside the company meet our company and our team. And everyone's just been really complimentary of the folks we have on our team, and that makes it really fun. And I mean, like, I really walk in every day kind of wanting to thank everybody for being so great. I try not to because it just seems cheesy. But they
Teamwork makes the dream work.
They're really, yeah. I mean, really a terrific team. So that's really nice. I think the other thing that I really enjoy about what we do is that every time you actually put a solar array up, it's less carbon in the atmosphere. It's a greener environment. We're shading people's cars and stuff. So every time we do a project, it's not just a business win, but it's a win for the environment and a win for the people in the area. And it really feels really good when we do this.
Really giving back to the community in a big way.
It's very nice.
So, Finn, tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you.
Sure. We are reachable at our website, questrenewables.com. And there's a way to get in touch with us that way, or you can call us at our number 404-536-5787. We're happy to give you to talk to you about our projects and what we do. And the other thing we do when we talk to customers is our product works differently from other folks' products. And so if it's a situation where something more traditional is going to work, we usually have a phone number of what would normally be considered a competitor, and we'll just put you in touch with them because it's we kind of look at it and say, well, it's better to use this product anyway, and it kind of shoehorning ours in doesn't make sense. So, but 9 times out of 10, we have a pretty good solution for anybody who's in a commercial installation of like 1,000 panels or more.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Finn, thank you so much for being on the show today and really enlightening us in terms of the company and what you do there and how it's benefiting the community. We really appreciate you.
Sure. My pleasure. Have a good day.
You've been listening to Silver Lining in the Cloud, where we talk business to business and help you get the word out. We'd like to thank today's guest, Findley, CEO at Quest Renewables. We appreciate you for being on the show and for all that you do for the community. I'm Nicole Toptosh with CDI Managed Services, where we work with companies to maximize their investment in IT infrastructure and cloud solutions and support. To listen to this show and other Silver Lining in the Cloud broadcasts, go to GwinnettBusinessRadioX.com. And remember, until next time, computer design and integration is your silver lining in the cloud.